And so when you first enter SolidWorks, just need to create a new part. So I'll go up here to New. And kind of best practices, I think, if we got screen real estate here, so most people have a wide screen. Usually this initially is this menu is hidden in here, and you come up here and it flies out. You got so much real estate on top here. I just pin this down so you can have easy access up here. You also want to make sure if we're going to use the SolidWorks integration with ANSYS capability, you need to see an ANSYS menu up here. If you don't, it may be because you need to go into add-ins. And we'll wait for this to come up, and then at the bottom, you'll see, hopefully see ANSYS 15. Now, some of it, there might be an issue with needing to install it once you have SolidWorks. It could be various things that are happening, and so I can't really help you troubleshoot that, but you should see that there. If you don't, there is another way, really easy way to get around it. But it just makes things a little bit quicker to integrate. So I'll show you both ways, and we'll be good there. All right, so let's create a new part. Click on New, and this part looks good, and click OK. Wait for the new screen to come up here. There we go. So we're going to start with doing a sketch. So come over here to Sketch in the ribbon, and go ahead and click on Sketch. And we need to pick which plane to draw on. We'll just go with the front plane, so I'll click there. And so whenever you're doing SolidWorks drawings, you just want to draw. Just draw it off, draw the general shape, and then we'll come back and we'll dimension to get it cleaned up. So actually, I don't want to start on Smart Dimension. I'm going to start on Line. So I'm going to click on Line. And I'm going to make sure I get the origin here, coincident with the origin. So click, and I'm going to draw, but I'm going to just get the general shape of what I'm trying to draw here. So I'm just drawing the general shape here. Now when I come down here, I want to see it that it's in line here with the first point that I made. So click there, and I hit Escape. And so this is what I'm going to do symmetry on. So I want to create a symmetry line. Well, let me wait. I'll come back to that. So let's dimension this as we have it. So we'll do Smart Dimension, and I'm just going to click right on that line. Make sure I get the line. And oh, see, I'm in meters here. Now everything that on the sheet, everything it's set on the sheet, everything is in inches. So let's get ours in inches. So I'm going to escape out of this. I'm going to change the units over to inches, so get out of dimensions here. So escape back here, and we'll get this fixed when we do. So let's go up to get the units. So if you come up here, and I'm just left clicking here, I'm going to go into Options, right? And I go into Document Properties, and come on down here to Units. Right? And I want to pick inch, pound, second, so I can get the inches for my dimensions. That looks good. Now another thing you could do here is if you have, you have a number of sig figs you want to see when you're typing in dimensions, you might want to come up here and change this primary precision from just 2 sig figs to something more than that. I'm going to just leave it at 2 because most of them are just fine, and then we'll do the ones that need to be more, and I'll show you how to do that individually. So I'm just going to leave that there, but biggest thing here is making sure your units is what you're mostly going to use, and we're going to go with inches. So I'll go with OK there. You can also access this menu through Tools. Here's being a little slow here. Let's go to Tools, and my screen's blocks this here. So again, here are those 3 options that are in that drop-down menu that we used before. So add-ins, customize it options. Okay, so let's fix up this dimension here. I'm going to click on that again, and it's got me at, we're at here, 0.9. I want that to be a half an inch, right? Because I'm doing the symmetry, so I'm only doing the top half. So I'm going to do Control-A to select all, and then 0.5 to give me 0.5 inches there. That looks better, so I'll check that. Dimension here. Oops. Gotta get my Smart Dimensions, so I'm going to click on Smart Dimensions up here. So I click here, and I do 3 inches there. So 3 inches there, and we'll do 3 inches up here while we're already in that area. So 3 inches, enter. This little side here, it's only 1 inch. So I'll call that 1 inch. And green check that guy. And over here you can see it looked like we had this point was going to be in line with this one over here, but it's not. So let's come back here and make this what it should be, 1.5 inches. So that should be good to go there. So I think we got everything well defined. Let's come back in here and let's get that radius going. So zoom in, and zoom all maybe I'm going to scroll the middle button. I have a middle scroll wheel, so I'm going to zoom in here. So to get that, and now when I put my little radius in here, or little fillet, so I need to come up and get my fillet feature. So sketch fillet. So entities to fillet. So I'm going to want to fillet this entity and that entity together, and it gives you kind of a preview. And I'll go ahead with the 0.1 inch that it has here as the default, because that's what it says in the handout to do. And go ahead and green check that guy. So that looks good. All right, I still got two holes, so let me go back to the drawing. We'll highlight those. All right, so we got these two holes we need to drop here. So those are just cuts, basically like a drill press drill bit that went through the part here. So we want those to end up being holes. So we just need to draw circles for those and locate them correctly. So coming back here, we're done with this sketch fillet feature. All right, so let's just put in a couple circles. Again, I don't care where I put them. I just want to put them in there, and then I'll dimension them afterward. The second circle, again, be careful you don't get coincident with anything. So I'm just going to put it out here in the middle. Looks good. All right, so now I'm going to smart dimension these guys so I can put in the radius. So this one is the one I said was 0.125. Now if I hit enter here, watch what happens. All right, so my dimensions, the sig figs is only set to 2 sig figs. So I actually want to see that as 3 sig figs. So when you come over here to the right left-hand side, right here, the document is set to be 2 sig figs. I'm going to change this one to be 3 sig figs. All right, so then I see over here 0.125. So that updated what I wanted to be there. So check that off. Do the radius on this guy too. Oops, smart dimension got turned off there. So click on that one, and that one is 0.5. 0.5 there for the diameter. All right, so that looks good. So obviously it's too close to there, but again, the dimensions will fix that. So let's kind of just keep going with that. We'll click there and here. And I should probably zoom out a little bit. So that looks good right about there. And that one is 0.0375, 3/8 of an inch. Oh, and that one's kind of hidden there too, so let's go 3 sig figs there. That looks good. All right, let's go do the circle so it doesn't get out from underneath the other one. And we'll do, that one is at 1.0625. All right, and so the sig figs there. That looks good. And then we got the dimensions here from the top line. So again, I'm just clicking on the point here, and then I'm clicking on the line. Get that dimension distance there. So for the big circle, it is, again, 3/8 of an inch, 0.375. And up the sig figs so I can see it. And we got the other last one here, and we'll get that one to 0.1875. 0.1875. And show 4 sig figs for that guy. All right, so that looks good. Let's zoom out. Oh, let me just zoom the whole thing here. All right, it's kind of a mess there, but as long as the dimensions are correct, we should be good in location. All right, so we're ready to get the mirror image of this. So let's set up our symmetry line or center line. So we'll come here to line and select center line. Line would be fine, probably by itself, but just to be safe, we'll do center line here. So we'll start at this point here because that one's at the right location. Come over here, select that point, and escape. So that looks good. So now we can come over here to mirror entities. And entities we want to mirror are everything above that line. So let's just select everything. And then we'll take whatever this line is here, and we want to unselect that one. So I believe that's line. Oh. It's selected for us, so I think we're good there. So let's go mirror about our center line. That looks what we want. We can check that one. Oh, an issue down here. So it says it's over-defined, right down here in the right at the bottom here. So it's over-defined, and I think what happened is the center line helped lock us in this point right here. So it's saying we don't need this information here on this dimension. So just go ahead and click and delete that, and that cleans us up there. All right, so it's because basically this line got coincident with this line, which is told to be horizontal, so it knew which dimension or what the distance was already, and having an extra dimension on there over-defined it. So everything's good, everything's resolved. Looks good. So let's go ahead. We don't even have to exit the sketch. Just leave that there. Click on Features and Extrude Boss Base there. And we'll go ahead with the blind sketch or blind extrude, and we'll go 1/2 inch, so 0.5 inches. And we'll green check that guy. All right. That looks great. All right, zoom around. So I'll just middle click and move my mouse, or you can middle click and hold down Control actually. Sorry. Oops. Hold down Control, middle click, and you can pan, move it around, and zoom in and out again with the scroll button in the middle.